Hi, my son and I are going to collect some ginkgo nuts. Say hi, Dylan.
Hello.
From this tree up here. This is a ginkgo and enumclaw. This tree, if I can get it to focus on it, is full of nuts. My gosh. It's got tons. So yeah, we're going to take our sticks. Show the sticks, Dill. Bamboo sticks so that we can reach, because these are tall branches, and we can also get some from the ground. It is a little bit cold out here, Dylan. These ones have fallen from the tree. We're definitely going to get these. This will be my first experience collecting ginkgo seeds, or ginkgo nuts. I'm going to grow from seed, so looks like the birds have gotten to some of these. And I don't smell a whole lot. These are supposed to be really smelly, but we're gonna get to it. All right, we got a bunch picked up after knocking them down from the tree. We just let them splat on the ground. What do you think about them, Dill?
Good, but they smell disgusting.
What do they smell like?
They smell like something sour, but I don't know the other smell. Just sour with something else.
Can't really figure out what it is, but it just smells.
It smells really bad. And we thought that they just didn't smell at all. Until I started picking some up and it got enough to where it started smelling so bad.
So here's how you can tell the difference between a male and a female. The males don't have a lot of the stinky nuts on them. So the females have these big ball-shaped nuts. And they smell a lot, and they do fall from the trees eventually. There's probably 24 of these ginkgos here. That parking lot and this parking lot both have ginkgos, so there's plenty of male pollen going around, and just the one female tree. This one was actually full of the, people call them fruits, but they're actually nuts, full of the ginkgo nuts here a little bit ago, and I was just waiting for them to ripen just a little bit more. So now I've got about as much as I can handle for this time around inside the truck here. 2 stinking bags of ginkgo nuts. They do not belong inside your vehicle. These are disgusting. So if you don't have a way to get these outside your vehicle, be prepared to pack them in something very much sealed. Maybe an ice box or something that you can seal up. I've had the ginkgo nut things with the fleshy stink on them soaking in this bucket of water, and I've changed the water 2 times already. So we're going to check it out and see how smelly these things are. The water froze last night, so we peeled off the ice on it. I'm going to dump them out, and we're going to start getting rid of some of that smelly stuff. And Dylan really wanted to help, so let's get at it.
Oh my god.
Oh, we lost one.
Still some water.
Oh, they still smell. Ooh.
I don't smell them.
You don't smell them. Alright.
Oh, yeah. There's my
So, what we can do, Dylan, is kind of scrape them. Do it all over this if you can, and just kind of smush. See how when you push on it, it just kind of pops little seeds out.
Oh. I see. I don't smell anything, but I do see all this stuff.
Oh gosh. And then we need like some sort of a trash barrel. This is gross.
Or like a mask.
We get a trash. Oh my gosh. Alright, these smell absolutely horrid. Oh gosh.
Whoa.
Oh wow. So I thought it would be a good idea to take off the pulp from these things, and then we get these little seeds out of them. It's actually a nut, and inside of that nut is where the seed is. So we're separating the good parts that we're going to plant. Oh wow, that is smelly. Oh gosh. Oh, that's horrible.
I don't think I can do it. I just throw it in and then take the other stuff that we don't need.
That blue bucket's going to be for the stinky trash.
Oh.
And you know what? We're not even going to do all of these, because what I want to do is I actually want to do some directly in their stinkiness. Just plant them as is. Okay. This is disgusting. Oh gosh.
What?
Oh, that's horrid. Gosh. Oh, this is entertaining but disgusting.
I can't. I basically can't go any farther.
Ugh.
It smells so bad.
Oh gosh.
How do they have to smell like this?
Well, they have an acid in them, and it's supposed to smell like rotten butter. It definitely smells rotten.
Yeah, but I don't know if it smells like butter.
Yeah, I've never let butter be that disgusting to smell like that, so I don't know.
I don't really know either. Because I would never try to do that though.
Yeah, that would be gross.
The whole house would be stunk.
Oh my
Stink.
goodness.
Stunk. Ugh.
Oh, that's horrible.
Do we still have more?
Oh. This is really bad. Okay.
I bet we're gonna have to take a walk.
This is actually going to be the last of the ones that we're going to clean up. The rest of them, I'm going to plant just the way they are because they smell too bad. Ugh.
How are we gonna clean that up?
Ugh.
Water?
I'm going to spray it. Oh, gosh.
Can I spray it?
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. My
Oh,
gosh.
it smells over here.
So we did this kind of in the evening, and it's going to get stinky again here pretty soon. This is the only, as much as Dylan and I can do before it just got really bad. I mean, we were almost retching there for a little bit because this stuff is just really powerful. The rest of it,
It's kind of sick.
this stuff right here, I just can't handle it. This stuff, I mean, look how gross these things look. There's a smell that I can't have come across on this. It's just really gross. These, I'm going to plant just as is because I'm really curious if they're going to do okay outside in the ground like that.
You should just start with a few and not go any farther because you do have a bunch.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Oh gosh, this is
You should
disgusting.
have got a few.
10 out of 10 would not recommend harvesting your own ginkgo seeds. Ugh.
I'm gonna try this.
Or
at home.
wear some sort of nose plugs.
Yeah, just don't try this at home without a nose plug or without gloves. Make sure you get your nose plug and your gloves if you're ever gonna do this.
Say that again.
Okay, so you need a nose plug and gloves to do this. If you don't, you're probably gonna get a horrid smell that you're never gonna forget.
Hey there. I'm here to work on some ginkgo seeds today. I've been kind of dreading this moment because I had started this process a few weeks back, and I collected these from a tree nearby me in Enumclaw, Washington. And I collected 2-gallon-sized bags of these nuts. They have a fleshy, rotting corpse around the pistachio-type nut, and that will eventually turn into a ginkgo plant once you plant it. There's a complicated process online that you can find for doing certain steps with temperatures and refrigerating and bagging up and doing all these different things. But I'm going to go with just plopping them in the ground, letting them freeze over winter and seeing what happens. They smell very bad. I've seen descriptions of it smelling like rotten butter. I don't know, I've never smelled rotten butter. This stuff stinks though. I'm documenting this for a couple of reasons. One is so that I can show you the process I'm going through, and another one is to remind myself to just skip it. I don't really need ginkgos that bad to deal with the nasty smell, and also they don't really grow that fast. This is just for funsies, so let's have at it. These ginkgo fruits, nuts, seeds, whatever you want to call them, they're actually a nut inside of there. They have been kind of stewing in this 5-gallon bucket for a while, and I went ahead and got some of them out of there. You kind of pop them out like a zit, and they make this little pus ball, this hard little gross seed thing. So I've had some of these in this bucket for about a few weeks or whatever also. Now I'm getting ready to put them in the ground. So I have these beds prepared here. I made them just for this purpose. So this side is going to be the side that has the popped out of the husk, the pulp, and this other side's going to be for the ones that are still in the pulp. I'm not even going to mess with those at all. I don't want to touch them more than I have to, so I'll get going on that. First thing I'm doing, gloves. I do not even want to handle these with my bare skin because I'm going to be smelling for a while if I do. So these little guys here is what I'm going to be putting in there, and I'm actually going to be fairly careful with this and kind of place them evenly throughout this bed here, evenly spaced, even depth, and we'll see what that side does compared to the other side. I have quite a few seeds here. I haven't even counted them, so I have no idea what my spacing should be, but I figure these are free. I can actually just pull them out if I need to. I'm just kind of doing them in a line so that they're easy to find as I go. I have read that you can actually plant ginkgo seeds outside as I'm doing, and if you have a good freeze during the winter time, as I do around here, then it can be done just sowing them outside like this. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm putting these out here. I'm not doing any scarification. I'm not doing any of those fancy things that are recommended online for these. I actually am just fine if none of these even grow. I'm not roughing up the surface so that the water can be taken in anymore. I'm not putting it in a warm temperature to finish ripening for 2 months and then freezing for a couple of months. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Just right into the ground here in a special bed that I've gotten made for them. And it turns out this is a lot of nuts to plant here. So I'm doing pretty well on this side. Once I get to the other side, which by the way, yes, I am very much dreading that other side where I have all of the pulp and everything. It's stinky, smelly stuff. Once I get over there, so once I get over to that other side where all the stinky, smelly pulp stuff is going, oh gosh, this is gross. Once I get to that other side, I'll just kind of chuck them in there and spread them all out. These are all placed pretty evenly where I want them, so I'm just going to kind of push them in a little bit, and then I'll probably add a little bit of dusting of something on top of this just to keep them in. Because I do want them covered just a little bit. So what's going to happen, I hope, is that these will not be stolen by all the animals, because even though I'm not super hopeful that they're actually going to do very well, I still don't want it to be a complete loss, because I am going through this work to do it. So I got squirrels, all kinds of birds, and cats around here. So this is a perfect fluffy area for a cat restroom. They're not even my cats. They're other people's cats. But yeah, they're somewhat likely to dig in here, so I may wind up putting some sort of covering over this also. I really don't want to do too much work with this, but I don't know, I already got started, so I'm kind of committed, kind of on the hook for babying these now. Just kind of talking you through my process as I'm going. Not particularly looking forward to it. So I've been doing bonsai for almost 2 decades now, and this is something new for me in bonsai. I've never planted ginkgo seeds, much less harvested ginkgo seeds. So even though someone has been doing this stuff for a long time, hopefully they're still learning things as they go, which I definitely am. I'm just taking some of the extra soil surface off of this other side that I have and just kind of sprinkling it around on here. Okay, next the growth part. Okay, this is going to be really the growth part. I'm not looking forward to this part at all. I think first off what I'm going to do is take some of this stuff, because I'm going to be sprinkling it back on the top. And I don't want any of this rotting ginkgo flesh to be stinking up the area around here. So I want those buried at least a little bit. Alright, here we go. You'll hear in the background possibly the dump truck going by, which I thought is quite appropriate for this sort of stinky operation. Oh gosh. Ugh. Okay. Now to very carefully spread them out in a haphazard fashion. So actually, soaking these in that 5-gallon bucket for almost a month has helped a little bit with the smell until you pop them. When you pop these things, oh, here it comes. Yeah, if you're into this sort of pimple poppingness, they have a juice inside, and they just pop like that. Yeah. If you like that sort of thing, well, have at it. Find yourself some female ginkgo trees and do this thing here. Oh gosh, yeah, they still do smell some. Okay, so these will continue to rot in here over the winter time. It'll get cold and it will freeze inside here. We've already had in the month of November low 20s for low 20 degrees Fahrenheit for the lows. And that's enough to make the ground hard on the top several inches. So yeah, those are in. Alright, so that stuff is in the ground and it's ready to freeze for the winter. If I'm very lucky and these all just do their natural process that seeds do when they fall from a tree in the wild, then on this side I'll have some ginkgos that grew from really untended fallen nuts from the ginkgos, the female ginkgo trees. And on this side will be unstratified, but still pimple popped out little ginkgo nuts that look like pistachios on this side. It's a bed full of stink. Probably not going to do this again, but I'll update in spring to see how it's going. I don't know, that'll be probably May or so before I'm able to see really much of what's going on in here. When we do that, maybe I'll make up my mind that it's worth it. I might just need to find some of those swimmer's nose things to plug my nose, because I'm not down for the smell. I've had 2 kids and I think I'm done with the smells for my life. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.